Hi there, I'm John Shields from Chesapeake Bites, and today we are making the best apple dessert ever in the whole world. It's Julia Child's Mont St Michel apple cake. So get ready. All right, so we're gonna make this apple cake. It's pretty simple, but it's pretty complicated. So because it's a little complicated, I had to call in help. And we have Miss Erica here.
Hello.
From Lion Distillery,
yes,
right?
Yes, on the Eastern Shore.
On the Eastern Shore. Yes. Came all the way over here so we could make an apple crepe cake.
Let's go.
All right, so, okay. So to do it, obviously, we need apples. I used a combination of apples, like a Granny Smith, and some that were a little sweeter, so you can kind of mix that up. You could get this part done earlier if you want. As you know, Erica is a former pastry chef. So before she started distilling spirits, she was distilling some desserts. I
was pumping out some pastries.
Tell me about that.
Golly dang! Thanksgiving, Christmas. Oh my gosh! Hand slicing all the apples. Everything done by hand, and it was gluten free. So that was even a different world.
Wow.
Yeah. So celiac safe, gluten free, and that was, oh my gosh, so much fun. Never ending for sure.
Great. All right, here we go. So now, basically all I did is, sliced up some apples, put them all together, and I'm putting them in, you could put them in a bowl, you could put them in a Pyrex thing like this. So if you could help me, I will get the surgical gloves here.
Doctor.
So we can take some of this sugar and just toss it over the apples would be great.
Cool. The whole thing?
Well, a little bit at a time, that'd be cool. All right, so while you're doing that, I'll just take it and toss that there. There we go. Beautiful. Like so. A little bit more. And a little bit more. And I think we can probably get that all in. I'm going to put a squeeze of lemon, because any apple pie recipe, you generally see there's lemon in it somehow. Part of it is to give it a little flavor. Part of it is to keep the apples from turning. And so now we have some, what I call kind of sweet apple here. Next, if you would like, this is melted butter. It's a half a cup of melted butter. And we'll do a little bit more toss in here. I preheated an oven to 425 degrees, which is a rather hot oven. And we're going to just take these little babies and we're going to pop them right into the oven, if you would.
Cool. Yeah.
And then we'll get ready to make our burnt almond cream. Be right back. All right, next up, we're gonna make a burnt almond cream. We didn't really burn the almonds. We basically just toasted them. I get slivered almonds. You wanna put it in an oven, about 350, 375 for just a few minutes, and there you go.
Keep an eye, they'll burn quick.
And that is the truth. That is a good tip. Keep an eye on those almonds. I can't tell you how many sheet pans of almonds we've lost at the restaurant because somebody just forgot. So I have my toasted almonds in there. I'm going to turn this on. Or we can pulse it because we're kind of chopping the almonds at this point. There we go. All right, so we get those kind of smooth. So we have our almonds there. Then I went to the farmer's market this morning and met Mr. Andy of Andy's Eggs, and we're just going to use a little bit of eggs here, two, 1, 2, and then if we didn't already have enough sugar in the first one, we're going to put more sugar in this part here. So it needs just a little bit more sugar, and we're going to take some butter in here as well. So this is a little interesting. This part I don't want to put in like melted butter. This is at room temperature butter. So that way it's going to make the almond cream a little bit more pasty, which is good for what we're going to need to do next. All right, get my thing on here. let's get this thing rolling.
Oh, so it's like a frangipan.
It's like a frangipan. Exactly. Now, we have all that butter. We have all the almonds. But I think we need to flavor it. Do you not? All right, let's get some of our flavoring ingredients. So we're going to take a little bit of vanilla extract, just about a teaspoon. Then I'm going to use some almond extract. Now let me do a cautionary tale real quick about almond extract, because a little bit goes a long, long way. So you just want to drop, boop, boop. That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
For sure.
How many things have we ruined with too much extract? A lot. I'll give that one more. Beep, 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 beep. And then the thing that will perfume our cake, our Mont St Michel cake, apple crepe cake, is some of our lion rum. Tell me a little bit about why are we using dark rum, and tell me about the rum.
So the dark rum has a lovely smoky burnt caramel that gives you that sweet butterscotchy note, but also that smokiness. It's just our traditional white rum infused with our handmade smoked caramel. So lovely accoutrement.
This is some good stuff. Not only is it some good stuff, it's locally made, it's locally distilled, and that's our mission here, is it not? Okay, Erica,
yes.
We now have an official burnt almond cream ready to go.
Love.
Come on now. There we go. So I'm just going to take this.
Smells fabulous.
You can use this on everything. Actually, you know, you could make a pear cake with this. You could make crepes and just eat the crepes with this on it. I swear to God, it is so good. It really is good. And it might work as a facial cream. I'm not sure, but we'll see how it works after the show, and then if it works, you'll be able to get it from us at the farmer's market, correct?
There you go.
You work a lot of farmer's markets, I understand.
I do a little bit of everything. Markets, events, distilling. I'm the rum runner. Wherever I need to be, I'm there for sure.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, because the farmer's markets are great resources, I think, not just for people to buy, but to you know, get informed and realize that there are such things as these local rums. All right, cool. Now we have our burnt almond cream, and in just a second, we're going to check our apples, and we'll be ready to assemble the Mont St Michel. All right, Erica.
All right.
Our apples are done. They're not like mushed, because otherwise you're going to have apple sauce. So it takes about 20-30 minutes. You just want to soften them a little bit because we're going to continue baking now. So I took a little bit of butter, and I'm using a bowl, a rounded bowl. The whole idea for that is the name of this recipe is Mont St Michel, and it's supposed to be reminiscent of the mountain in France, in Normandy, and that comes from Julia Child. Julia Child was somebody I grew up watching. I learned so much from her, and I had a small French restaurant in California, and fortunately I was able to work with her a number of times, and this is one time that Julia and I were doing public service announcement for PBS. We did a whole day of that. She was an amazing, amazing woman. So this is a tribute. And actually, you know, all the time we're coming up with new recipes, you know, for Chesapeake Bites. And I totally forgot till the other day that I've written actually a lot of cookbooks, and I never take anything from them. So this recipe is actually from the new Chesapeake Kitchen. And here we go. This is our arts and crafts thing. You ready to go?
Let's get into
All right, so it's an apple crepe cake. So obviously the crepes is something that's important. You make crepes often?
No.
Okay, yeah.
They're not the easiest.
They're not. They're a little complex, but once you get started, you know, again, I had a French restaurant and I had to do crepes a lot.
Oh, bless you.
But fortunately, life has changed, and you can buy crepes that are frozen. Also, like at the farmer's market, one of our guys at the farmer's market does crepes every single Saturday, and he's now making crepes that you can buy to take home, and you know, you can just use it for a regular crepe, but it would be perfect for this kind of thing. So we have the burnt almond cream. So first I put down a crepe, burnt almond cream, right? And then we're going to take some of the apples and just do kind of a layer of the apples.
Yum.
Like so. And then followed by another crepe. So basically what we're going to do here is build this up. We're kind of building a mountain of apples and burnt almond cream. Would you like to?
Yeah.
I'll meet you here in the middle. We do a little spreading around. Just needs, you know, just a nice layer to did that. And then you can do another thing of apples there.
Is that too much?
That looks good.
All right.
All right.
Good.
Looking good.
Cool.
I'll put another crepe down and just watch us as we build this up.
Yum.
All right, another one of these crepes on top of here. So Erica, tell me a little bit more about Lyons Distillery and tell me something about it.
Yeah, so it is woman owned, and also I'm one of the distillers trained by our head distiller Brett, but so also a little bit of woman distilled. Been distilling for 10 years, going on 11, which is a feat. We are the oldest rum distillery in the state of Maryland, which is a little feather in our cap and awesome to share. Yeah.
Wow.
And just like wanting to teach everybody about how great and versatile rum can be. We have 6 different rums that we do year round, all starting from the base of our white and infusing with locally sourced and handmade ingredients. So that's what I also love. It's not flavored, it's infusions of wonderful ingredients. That's locally sourced.
That is so cool. And how did you just kind of like fall into becoming a distiller from pastry chef?
I thought I wanted a different path, and they needed a rum runner, and I love to drive, so that's how I started. And she's like, how would you also like to work a day or two in distilling? And I was like, sure. And Brett loves it because I'm very detail oriented, being a pastry chef, you know, part by part, ingredients, measuring out, very precise. So it just really helped in that as well. And now I'm full-time with the company, doing a little of everything, learning a lot, and being able to share that message and sharing the rum life.
Well, I'm so glad that you do, because we love your product. I use your product at my restaurant, and I love when you come in and deliver. It just makes me smile every time.
That is what I love as well, being in touch with you guys and not having a large distributor just pushing off our product. I get to share how great it is too.
That's what local means. You have these connections. You have these one-to-one connections, and you can't get that any other way. You really can't. So are you ready?
Last one.
We are going to do the final crepe right over here. Push that down a little bit. These will make a little bit of treats for ourselves later. So we're just going to take this, and I'll hand this to you. And we're going to put this into an oven, a slower oven, 350 degrees. Cook it for about another 30 minutes. And then, so you hear it, you can hear it in there. Do you hear it in there cooking? Oh, it sounds so beautiful. Well then, let's make believe like we cooked. When that thing comes out, what we do, we let it sit. You don't want to take it, you know, scalding hot. Let it come down to almost room temperature. Then invert a plate. And look at that. This again is reminiscent of that whole idea of the mountain, of the Mont St. Michel. And this is one of the best, honest to God, apple desserts that you will ever have in your entire life. So get ready, get your crepes out, do it, and let's all thank Julia for what she gave us. And just keep on going out there, get to the farmers markets, get the local things, everything that you can, and get ye to the farmers market.